What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 49 of my Total Warhammer 3 Kairos Fateweaver Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, RELICS has taken over Black Crag and has pretty much destroyed the last remaining forces of the Iron Hand, or not the Iron Hand, the Bloody Hands. He wishes. Anyway, Carrick drawn is the last remaining settlement, and RELICS did take out the last of the Bloody Hands armies, which is pretty appropriate considering he was the one that took out most of their faction's armies in the first place. I do believe we should be able to auto-resolve this and destroy the faction for good, unless I'm mistaken. Let's find out. Auto-resolve successful, occupy, and trait gain, charmed shields, enemy killed in battle. Ancient familiar, province secured, there we go. Bloody Hands and destroyed. Iron Hands, pretty okay. Mutilith Prism formulae for you immediately, and let's also get those walls up and running at the Black Crag. And we probably don't need the Flicker of Potential here. We can replace it with walls for now, mostly because you never know who might attack us. Alrighty, well, that's nice. So let's also immediately move Kairos out here. He's going to go for the dwarfs now, as that's next on his menu. We're also going to pop Voljax as close as we can get him to Iber, because obviously he's going to be transferring a bunch of stuff. Woolric, I still don't know whose army I'm going to put you in, but we'll keep you around here for now. And Vindex, you are waiting for at least one more cultist, but maybe, or at least hopefully, too. Can we build another cultist here? No. There's a reason we built you so damn far away. Yeah, we really need a cultist station up north, don't we? We have a confident cultist. You know, that's not horrible, but I kind of like the fact that we have 3 cultists with Keymasters so far. And just to get 4 cultists with Keymaster, then would be even nicer. And actually, wait, do you have any way to increase the generation of barriers? What about fire? I'm just checking out the difference between the lords. You have Gaze of Fate, hidden in time, invulnerable through change, and no. It doesn't look like it. Okay, well, annoying, but fine. That's fine. What do we want to do here? Oh, right, this nonsense. We've got a bunch of enemy armies here. Okay, well, that could be pretty interesting. Of course, Fire does need to recruit some stuff first. I think what we'll do is just get him 2 quick pink horrors. We'll probably replace them with something else relatively shortly. Ironically, we probably could have kept these 2 units of Chaos Warriors of Tzeentch in this army now that I think about it. Because here, we're probably better off replacing them with a couple of Blood Shrines. And, well, whatever, not a big deal. Let's auto-resolve you. And basically no damage, as well as a free Book of Ashur, that's fine. And there we go. And then I guess we could do so right now, as in globally or ally recruit. Actually, just out of curiosity, how long does it take to recruit these? Oh yeah, I was thinking maybe we could recruit a couple Skull Cannons here, but I'd like Fire to be able to move next turn, because he might want to be dealing with some of these armies. Also, I don't see these guys' faction intentions. Faction intent? No, it's intentions. Okay, yeah, that disappeared, so let's get to the Cultist Sotek back up. Alright, now what are they trying to do? Looks like these 2, or one of them, is going here to the Mangrove Coast. One of them is trying to go for the Sentinel of Time and attack Fire. Or 2 of them. Okay, there's 4 armies there, so it's a little bit much, but yeah, that's fine. And ooh, yes, Gorok is up here as well. Yeah, we gotta be careful about getting Fire's army so badly damaged, considering that he'll probably have to fight several armies here in quick succession. Otherwise, though, if we're going to get attacked, we're probably going to want to spend a few points. So let's go Kindle Flame, Cascading Fire Cloak, and all this to Prismatic Plurality. Now, we could get the Piercing Bolts of Burning, but we do have 2 uses of Searing Ruin in this particular army, so it's not super necessary right now. I'm kind of tempted to just get a pointed increased mobility. We can't get Gate of Tzeentch, and we should probably start saving points shortly for Gate of Tzeentch as well. Fire, you're up next. You are going to get the Locus of Change. Or do we get the Locus of Transmog? The problem with the Locus of Change is that its effect range is really short, but we could apply it to all 4 units of Soul Grinders and buff up their range damage a little bit. Not a bad idea, let's do that. And then, oh, you had more points. My bad, buddy, my bad. What else can you get? We are maxed out here, so I guess we max out Plague of Rust and Gehenna's Golden Hounds are the only things we're missing. You, Mr. Sorcerer. Let's max out Transmutation of Lead. You don't have Aura of Chaos. Okay, let's get Aura of Chaos immediately. As obviously he's going to be targeted a lot by virtue of being on that War Shrine. And then lastly, you, my friend. You can get magical reserves, which is always useful to a Tzeentch army. And probably something good to stack. And yeah, well, we could also get another point in Glean Magic, especially if we're fighting Slan. And this could be quite useful against the lizards. Yeah, fine. Let's get Glean Magic first. We'll go Magical Reserves afterwards. And there we go. Looks like Fire is ready. We could probably pop or change up some of his items, but I'm too lazy to do it right now. Let's hope that all 4 of these armies attack him for an epic fight. Alrighty, Acold, you are staying where you are, but let's do a little bit of recruitment. We're going to keep as many Chaos Warriors of Tzeentch with halberds as possible, rather than the sword guys, mostly because we want the anti-large. And the armor piercing, I guess, could be useful as well, but yeah. Alright, delete you. And then we're going to replace you two with 2 blood shrines. I think the blood shrines will fit in well with this army. Between the Chaos Shrine of Khorne, or the Blood Shrines of Khorne rather, and the Chaos Shrines of Tzeentch from the Chaos Sorcerer, that'll be a nice amount of buffs for our massive melee line. They can work well together. Also, I'm kind of tempted to replace the Fleshhounds with a couple of Knights of... Chaos Knights rather, or maybe some Doom Knights. I am not entirely sure yet. We did transfer the Knights here, but they were actually needed here to help out the Chariots if the Chariots get in trouble. Yeah, kind of missing the Poison Wind Globadiers here, to be perfectly honest. But we can get them back from Scryer shortly. Oh well. Okay, let's see what else we gotta do this turn before we end it and hopefully fight that massive fight. And Garrulus, you're heading down to Black Iron Mine. Where are you going? Arcade Peaks, perhaps? Oh, we gotta be careful with that because they are going to come for us. Alright, Garrulus, jump. And that's you, buddy. Vindex, you've moved. Well, actually, you haven't, but you're recruiting. Yartolk, you are going to the island here, yes? Yes. 2 islands you go, and that was it. Alrighty, now, let's spend a little bit of cash. I'm sure that we have a few places that can get more money built up, like here in the Forest of Gloom. And why did it stop? Yeah, there we go. It unordered itself. In true Tzeentch fashion, I suppose. You can have the iron next up. Alright, same thing everywhere. Mangrove Coast, I guess we'll need the walls here as fast as possible. And these guys might come back and annoy us. Alrighty, Great Mortis Delta, you have no money-making thing. Oh, actually, you can build one of these. Alright, fine, build one of these for now. Heart of the Jungle, nope. Alright, next money, yes. And yes, okay, more money buildings able to be built right now than I was originally expecting, which is also nice. Alrighty, and then the same thing goes here. Both of you get the Stygian Well Corruption Chain, Stone Mine Tower, walls, and money, and port. Kasabar is okay. We'll build military buildings here shortly, but right now we're gonna spend the money on other stuff. As in money stuff, spend the money on money. Carrick Zorn's ready for an upgrade, but let's face it, it's been ready for an upgrade for a while. We're gonna continue ignoring it, just because of the insane expense. Alright, Black Tower of Arcan, you're good with the infrastructure buildings by the looks of it. Jungles of the Gods up next. Khemri. Khemri's generating a very good amount of cash. And we'll be generating even more shortly. Very nice. Alright, nothing there, Dawn's Landing, and that was it. Alrighty, I think with the last remaining money that we have, I'm a little bit tempted to build the Iridescent Conflagration. We don't really have one anywhere, and Khemri is relatively forward in terms of its location. It's not that we necessarily need a bunch of burning chariots, but I just want the ability to recruit every single type of thing, so there we go. And Karagarud, you are able to build military structures now. I'd like to build a forward-placing cultist location, so let's build one here. And we'll save the 4K that remains for other stuff. Alrighty, well, that looks good. Let us end the turn, and let's hope for a massive fight here with fire. Do we need to apply anything to any of you guys? You have nothing in terms of items. I think we basically can't give you any ancillaries, because ancillaries are just kind of terrible for our, for the Tzeentch faction. I don't know why they did that, but... you can have a Tzeentch philosopher, I guess. Man, throughout this entire campaign, we've only gotten one of these. Use the offer as tribute post-battle captive option. Huh. You can have it, whatever. Alright, is there any magical item that we would want to give you specifically? Reinforcement range, enthralling musk, probably not super helpful here. Abhorrent lodestone would probably be better on a lord. If we have something like an iron curse icon, we could give it to you. We do have a forbidden rod. Oh, what do you have? You have the channeling staff. You know what? I think I'd give you the forbidden rod for the extra little bit of mana. You've been a good lord for a while now. Let's give you the Armor of Fortune as well. Do we have any extra potions of healing? And if we do, how many? We do have one. But I think that one has to go to somebody who's more likely to actually be fighting in melee a lot, which is not so much you. You're more flying around. Aquila the Reckoner, you cast a lot of stuff, but I don't think you really need anything. It's just this guy's potential to get killed here. Let's give him an Armor of Silvered Steel, just a little bit of extra armor. And yeah, we have an obsidian lodestone. If we have another one, no, we don't. Ooh, wait. Brass cleavers. Before I forget, these need to be swapped out to you, our 2 infantry lines, and to Iber. Lucar the Indecisive currently holds the other one, but he's in Kairos' army and he really does not need it. And then you can have the other one. There we go. Alrighty. Obviously, our most melee line-centric lords really do need that brass cleaver, and it's a lovely buff as well. And so this will have the brass cleaver buff, plus the war shrine buff, plus the blood shrine buffs. If we can get a few more buffs there, it's going to be a very, very tough line of Chosen to break through. Anyway, what was I doing? Aquila the Reckoner, were we looking at stuff for you? Oh, no, not you. For Mentage here. Featherfoot to our Glittering Scale. Oh. Glittering Scales would also be pretty good in melee lines, but you may not necessarily need it. Vindex is currently holding 1. You know what? Maybe Vindex doesn't necessarily need it. You know what? I think I like this. I'll give it to you, and then we'll probably give more Glittering Scales to... Oh, this takes away your Armor of Silvered Steel. Yeah, but it should still be pretty useful. Though I suppose if we give it to our little hover guy, he could apply it and move faster. Maybe that's better. Alright. You. Back to you, buddy. Oh, wow. Look at all these scrolls of shielding and scepters of stability. You know what? Fuse these two. An obsidian amulet. Okay, fuse the obsidian amulet with the obsidian lodestone into a chromatic tome. Hello. Oh, man. Somebody talked about this being extremely powerful / useful very early in the campaign, and I mean, it's been a long time. It's taken a while to acquire this. Kairos is currently using the other's Trickster's Shard. Ooh. So that's a question. The game lags when we select Kairos. I think it's trying to draw the, yeah, it's trying to draw the line of him moving over there. Oh man, do we give Kairos the Chromatic Tome and then put the other Trickster's Shard on Valens here? Man, we'd have to essentially follow Kairos around with Valens permanently for that. Or can Valens hold a Chromatic Tome? Huh. Well, you know what, I'll think about that, but it is a very, very nice pickup. And I'm extremely glad of it. Alright, well. Either way, here we go. Let us end the turn before we run out of time here. There was... Oh, I was looking for an Iron Curse icon for you, sorry. I got distracted. There you go, buddy. There you go. I don't have a Warrior Bane as well, but, maybe not for you. Although, if the Soul Grinders get into melee, okay, you know what? Just for a little while, just for potentially fighting 4 armies, we're gonna give you Warrior Bane, and we're gonna give you... Where did it go? Glittering Scales. And there we go, just to debuff enemies around you, in case... Ooh, Helm of Discord. Well, neither of you can use a Helm of Discord. I mean, I suppose we could put it on you, but honestly, that would probably be better on our melee line. It's fine, it's fine. I'm sure we'll be okay. Unholy Manifestations are not needed, at least as far as I'm aware. There's no more Winds of Magic manipulation that I feel would be useful right now, so... Skip, and turn. Here we go, fire. They will most likely attack. I mean, they... Usually the AI is too scared, but with 4 armies, they can't possibly be scared. Wait, they didn't attack? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I think we just went past them. Okie dokie then. Throt has ended our non-aggression pact. That's a little bit unfortunate, but what can you do? Gotta figure... Oh, he probably doesn't like the... yeah, he doesn't like the Warhost of the Apocalypse. Oh well. Not a big deal. I think next up we're gonna try to vassalize Clan Scryer. We may even try to steal Magritta from them, or yeah, I guess Magritta. Something really expensive, and just do the same thing we did with Archaon. I don't know why the camera went here. Oh, right, Vindex. You could become a bigger bird. You know what? Let's ask again in 10 turns. I feel like we're gonna keep you in this form. 90% sure, but who knows? It's me. You don't get Arcane... Wait. Arcane Flight, was it? I keep forgetting what the difference between them is. I guess Vindex will never be able to fight in melee, really, if he's in Herald form, but and the other guy will. And we still have that Staff of Change as well. I forget if this was decent or not. Oh well, okay, let's see what we're looking at here. We have Wyram, who is starting to... Why didn't you attack? Why were you so afraid? Okay, fine, here's what we do then. We'll fire, we're gonna put you right here, right outside the settlement, into ambush. With Gorok no longer visible, I'm willing to bet that he's right here, so we can't have you die. Let's do that. And then hopefully they'll attack. And if they don't, maybe we can catch one of them out as they start moving towards Chupayatl between Aircold and Fire. A little bit annoying that we couldn't get the fight going right then, but, you know, it is what it is. Is somebody here able to fight, though? Kairos, you are not quite able to reach the, Carrick Asgal, so let us put you in teleport stance, put you right here in our allied territory while you will continue healing. And then we'll be able to start attacking dwarfs next turn. Voljax, you still have a long way to travel, my friend. Go along the road so that you don't suffer attrition. Iber, you probably need to start chasing dwarfs around. There's a dwarven army here. We could also move up towards these guys. And just to take care of Dromar. I feel like we have sufficient armies currently around here to be able to deal with most of the dwarven armies. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Go to Black Iron Mine, you, Garrulus, and take it over. Auto-resolve that. Occupy. Nice, and we won't collect income from here for now, but we will switch that out later, I'm sure. And then Iber. Let's send you north for a little bit. We're probably going to attack the Crooked Moon. I mean, it's not that I care about this faction, really. I don't know, I'll think about it.
You need me?
They're probably too weak for us to bother with, but, you know, I also don't really care about these mountain territories. We could give Karazakarak to Scarby and then vassalize this guy or something. Oh, huh. Mount Gunbat is under siege, I wonder by whom. These guys are allies, so it could be Imric. Alrighty, well, Iber, you're moving this way. Well, let's take out some of Vlad's stuff. We may be able to sack Castle Drakenhof for a lot of money, which would be lovely. And plus, we can actually hold all these territories if we wanted to. Okie dokie, anybody else? Vindex, yes, you are going to follow Kairos. And there's stuff to take out in the Dwarven territories, like so. Hopefully we won't need an army to defend Lamia. But, I mean, Lamia has a full stack. I mean, a full garrison. It won't fall to a single stack, or at least I doubt it. Especially if we summon a Temp Lord there. Anyway, Fire standing where he is. Yartol take that island and then move to Xandri to heal up right after. Power of Prescience. Favorable ones? Ah, garbage. I guess we got a little bit of cash, but still garbage. Alright, there we go. Grimoires from all buildings plus 100%. Swell. Let's move everybody else. Yeah, damn. Much more admin than I was expecting originally. I really thought that we'd get a massive battle with fire. I believe the AI wussed out. Although I somewhat can believe it, because the AI does have a tendency to wuss out. Vindex. You're where you are, okay. Or where you're supposed to be, rather, and I believe that's it. Alright, buildings one more time. Let's do what we can. Alright, Great Mortis Delta, yes to the money. Barrier Idols, yes and yes. I do wish that you could auto-set... I know that there's an auto-builder sort of thing that exists, but I do wish that you could specifically set it to some specific things, like always upgrade the lattice, for example, without having been told to do so. That would be great. Because we always upgrade the lattice no matter what, because it takes priority over everything else. Yeah, alrighty, well, let's keep upgrading. Upgrading what we can at any rate. Okay, military buildings ignored for now. Godless Crater, yes, you will be generating good cash. And I believe we're good... Ah, no, you can get the salt. Alright, Southern Jungles. Nope, nope, and Ekrund. Are you a green territory or a yellow territory? Ekrund should be up here. Ekrund is green, so we could upgrade you. And we have the infrastructure basically complete. Alright, fine. Dimensional Cascade. And we're gonna get a few military buildings built here anyway. It's a nice forward location. Okay, what's up next? We have nothing but military stuff to build here, which, fine, just build that one. Devil's Backbone up next, go next. And, oh wow, we're down to 9k. Okay, that didn't take nearly as long as I thought it was gonna. Alright, that's fine. Just checking for any extra money buildings, like you. And you're nearly done, Black Tower of Arcan. Also, we should double-check our Monolith. Okay, I think that's enough spending. Double-check the Winds of Magic manipulation that it's good. Okay, you look okay. Oh, wow. Southern... Oh, yeah, it's a new territory. So let's do... that. Perfect. And I believe that's another end turn. Alright, let's hope that this ambush does something for us. If this army thinks that it can go for the Sentinel of Time, it absolutely will. I also once again think that Gorok is right here, so there should be battles for fire. Fire... Ooh, wait, are you close enough to draw out the garrison here? Yes. So we can even use those guys. Buildings, upgrades, end turn. Alright, fire this time. Scarby is still moving around. I have no idea where Scarby is going. He's not at war with anybody here. Oh, he's gonna move southward to Imric. Huh, okay. Are you kidding me? They didn't attack us again? Okay. Okay, game. We can't have Fire go all the way out there and get himself killed. Solend, the heck do you want? Oh, really? You want to fight us? Are you insane? Strength rank 15. Once again, this is one of those situations when I don't get why the AI wants to do this. Hey, well, I guess Iber was moving up here to fight the... oh, there's Gelt. He was moving up there to fight Sylvania, but he can kill Balthazar Gelt on the way, and especially since the plus armor buff that you get for defeating Gelt is good for his infantry line. I'm pretty happy with that one. I'm very disappointed in the lizards right now. Yeah, ambush foiled, and okay, well, Gorok has to be coming for us, right? Right? Do we see faction intentions for Gorok? Rite of Awakening performed, Scheme of Doom performed, swell, faction destroyed. Changing of the Ways. Reveal faction intentions, Itza. Perform, and hey, Force War is nearly up. Transfer settlement in 3 turns, so that'll be another vassal for us. Yeah, we're probably not going to waste our Grimoires on Force War right now. Alright, and oh, hello, another little army moving around. We might actually need a 3rd army here. I'm certainly seeing a reason to potentially start building one. None of these territories, though, can... We don't have a forward base, as in a forward military position. Kayaks can at least build iridescent horrors, and I suppose we could do something like summon a bunch of Forsaken via global recruitment, but still not super happy with that. Are you in range of Chupayotl? Not this way, but what about by sea? There is a stack there. Ain't looking like much of a stack, but you know what, maybe we'll fight that. I'd like to see this melee line in action. You now have your brass cleaver, and we have our blood shrines. I want to see how this functions. This is a minor, and it isn't a minor settlement, so it'll be a field battle. Alrighty, beautiful. Let's level you up. So, Root Marcher, Dominating Presence. Let's get you a Corrupt Mage and Malefic Sorcerer. Definitely Hearts of Iron. Obviously Chaos Vanguard for the melee. Let's get 2 points in Searing Doom. And I really like Glittering Robe, but I think we want to spend the 3 points into Hammer and Anvil, because Cavalry and Chariots. And there we go. We do have another caster in here after all. It is a Tzeentch caster, mind you, but still a caster is a caster. Blue Fire, Pink Fire, and no. Blue Fire, 2 Pink Fire, 1 Fires of Change. Alrighty. Should be sufficient, at least for this. Now, I want you... Oh, you got the... you got Root Marcher, so you can move a little bit further. Beautiful. Then you don't have to go by sea. To Chupayotl we go, buddy. Alrighty, close victory apparently, but I really doubt it. This shouldn't be too difficult, but I really want to see this army in action, because this will be really the first fight for this army in the state that it's going to be mostly be at. We might want to get another hero in here for a second shrine, like a cultist perhaps, for the increased mobility, or even another Chaos Sorcerer. But I'll think about that, because I'm not sure who we'd want to delete here. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Let's do this cinematically.
Water the ground with their blood, and let Jar hear the prayer of their screams.
I am sure Char hears. There are a lot of his chosen on the field here, after all, Aecold. Maybe we should rename Aecold Saurus Breaker instead of Dowie Breaker, or Saurus... Well, I can't go Saurus Smiter because he hasn't killed Krokkar, but maybe something more... S as well. Anyway, I'm pretty excited about this fight, mostly because I just love to see a classic infantry clash. We got lots of Chaos Warriors on the field, plus all of our newly built Chosen, supported by those Blood Shrines, both of the Halberdier and the Sword and Shield variety. A nice little army. We don't have a War Shrine, unfortunately, for them yet, but we will eventually. Now, in terms of the setup here, we have a main line of Chosen in the center. These are all the Sword and Shield variety, and then we have our Chaos Warriors who are back from the main line a little bit. We're going to allow the enemy to essentially break on the Chosen here, as the Halberdier Chosen are on the flanks there, because those are the most dangerous positions, and these guys have a very good amount of melee defense, plus the anti-large, as once again the enemy have, though I think there's not that many of them. One or two cold one, no, 2 horn ones and 1 cold one spears or something like that. Yeah, they'll probably go around the flank. Anyway, as the enemy breaks here, we can charge the Chaos Warriors of Tzeentch, where they're a little bit less likely to get killed. And then obviously on our own flanks, or on the wings of the army, we have the Chaos Knights, and leading the units of Chariots, which is fun for them. Fun for the Chariots, I mean. And they have protection in the form of the Chaos Knights. Hopefully they won't get surrounded and killed by horned ones. They are fairly vulnerable after all. We also have very limited magics to rely on in this particular battle, so it'll be very infantry heavy. which would be pretty darn fun. Massive Source line versus massive Chaos Warrior and Chosen line. Of course, this does give us a pretty big advantage. Saurus are great units, they absolutely are, and they certainly do last into the late game, but the lack of armor piercing on them is their biggest weakness by far, and it's one of the reasons why facing off against dwarfs in the early game is particularly difficult as the Lizardmen. And now they're facing off against Chosen, which are pretty damn up-armored. 132 armor, 64 melee defense, a very nice amount of HP pool as well. Pretty nice. Alrighty, well, let us speed this up a little bit while the battle lines head towards each other. And here we go, battle's about to be joined, and let us watch. We've seen a little bit of Chosen fighting in this campaign, but not nearly enough, so let's watch some more. And there we go, our cultist, or not our cultist, our Chaos Sorcerer is here to lead, though he's probably in a much more dangerous position as he's less tanky, being a Sorcerer, and then the regular Chosen are, and the Chosen in a massive line are going to be fighting all these Saurus. Plus we do have our Blood Shrines on the field, who are quite nice at acting as an infantry blender and are providing an extra 8 melee attack to everybody around them, putting these Chosen up to 74, which is pretty damn intense. Alrighty. Very nice to all of you. Everybody's fighting now. A few casts are probably going to go down, some Searing Dooms, the occasional Pink Fires of Tzeentch, but it's probably not going to be all that consequential. Over on this side, some Chaos Warriors with halberds are just ripping apart a poor little skink cohort. Always feel bad because skinks are adorable. And there's that Blood Shrine working it. I'm almost tempted to get a couple more Blood Shrines, but it might be too many. And they just work really well in a pile of infantry, powering them up, essentially. Over on the flanks, of course, we have our units of Chosen with halberds as well, also defending against piles of skink cohorts here, but not too threatened by that, though they are getting hit in the sides by a pile of Saurus Warriors. That Saurus Warrior, however, unit is then getting hit in the back by Chaos Knights, and is about to get hit by Chariots as well. Speaking of Chariots, same thing is going on over on this side. We got Skink Cohort and Saurus Spears holding against the unit of Chaos Knights, and the Chariots are going to hit them in the back, mostly just to annoy them a little bit, not so much to do damage here, because we will be using the Chariots to charge into the other back lines shortly, as well as chase off any units, although this is obviously causing a massive morale and debuff to the enemy, and it also completely screwed up their formation, which is working out quite nice. At least the mass of the Chariots is quite useful in that regard. And yeah, the other Chariots are going to charge through those woods and go after anybody else they can reach. The Chaos, or the Chosen rather, with halberds are also moving in to help against the Saurus Warriors a little bit. Mostly to make sure that they dish out the damage faster. And there we go, there are the Chariots chasing enemies down, just to prevent them from returning, and just force them off the field. We don't care about killing them so much as we care about forcing them off the field, since this is a settlement battle. Oh, and it looks like the enemy has moved its Cold One Riders in to help the Saurus in the main line, but I just don't see them breaking through the pile of Chaos, or of Chosen and Tzeentch here. Nice little battle of aesthetics here, though. The absolutely lovely golden armor of the Lizardmen versus our very nice blue Chosen armor. Alrighty, and it looks like most of the enemy Saurus are trying to get the heck out of there while being minced by the Blood Shrines. The battle is about 90% in our favor now, and it looks like nearly every single unit on the field is wavering or shattered. And by the quickly dropping leadership on that slan, I do believe that the chain route should be here, or at the very least, shortly. Chase down those poor little lizards and we'll be good. Oh wow, that one skink went flying. Probably to a Chariot or maybe a Chaos Knight charge. Damn, the Chaos Knights even make Saurus look small. Alrighty, well, we don't actually need to give chase to anybody because this is a settlement battle, and thus it ends with us fairly victorious, a decisive victory, and I want to say we got very, very few losses. I think one of the Chaos, or one of the Chosen units, one of the flanking Chosen units maybe got a little bit damaged, but it was probably very few model losses and a little bit more HP losses. Otherwise, we completely overran them. Very nice little infantry battle. I feel like I'd love for this army to fight Gorok specifically. Gorok and his buffed Saurus, because Gorok is the Saurus Lord, and just directly fight these two. Maybe if we defeat Gorok with fire, as that is currently the plan, we can go back up to Itza with Eakold's army and try to get him to do that as well. Anyway. Alrighty, not a difficult one, but certainly a fun one. Finally, some infantry superiority. While we did cast a little bit of spells, as we can see, 8,000 and 9,500 damage on those two casters, and they did less than most of our Chosen. Obviously, the Chosen with the sword and shield doing the most work, although these ones with the halberds did the best amount of kills. So good job to them, and the most amount of damage. So it's not all Chosen with sword and shield. There, the Chaos Warriors also helped out, though obviously did not do nearly as much damage, but that's not surprising. Chariots did do their jobs, chasing around the enemy, not as effective as the Knights perhaps, but, well, considering the cost, unsurprising, and we put them in here because I think that this is a... this is just for fun, as in variety. This is why we want those chariots, not because they're expected to be crazily effective, but they still did pretty okay. And chasing infantry around is certainly something that they can do. And then lastly, the Blood Shrines. They did very nice amounts of damage and continued to buff everybody up, so everybody did well. Alrighty, and that's Chupayatl. We'll occupy that for ourselves, and got a Scepter of Entropy. Oh, wow. That's very... damn. That's very nice. How have we not gotten any of those before? So it's basically plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. I mean, compare that to something like a Fencer's Blades. It's plus 6 melee defense and attack alone, and this can be combined with that because it's a scepter. Very nice. Wow, we got some very good item pickups this particular episode. Tzeentch blessed, I suppose. Now I'm not entirely sure who to give that thing to. We can't give it to Kairos, unfortunately. Iber could use it to be powered up even further. He's a 59/59, and he does get into a lot of melee fights. His Gambler's Armor also needs to be replaced. Between that and the Obsidian Blade, he'll be hitting very hard with his weapon strength. Yeah, I feel like Iber could definitely be rewarded. Ooh, can you reach... I was hoping you could reach Gelt by moving, but I guess we'll try to ambush Gelt and take him out here. We do want this defeat trait, so we'll definitely have to go after him. Ooh, also one turn left on Great Game Corn Ascendant, so maybe Tzeentch will be Ascendant next, especially considering we just got a decent amount of buffs, so I do feel like Tzeentch is in the air, flying around and all that. Alrighty, well with that, I am obviously going to call the episode here as we are out of time. Hopefully next time, one of these guys will be brave enough to attack. I think we'll not... well, I'm not sure whether we should ambush or not. But it does look like Gorok is directly trying to head towards fire for a direct confrontation, which means maybe it's better to not ambush and just let the two fight. Let them fight. And then that should be a nice little battle for these guys so that we can finally see those soul grinders in action. And yeah, I know. I saw the comments. I too want to see the soul grinders, so hopefully we will next time. Stay tuned for that and more Big Bird. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.